Have you ever felt like the summers are getting hotter and the storms are getting stronger? You're not just imagining it. What if I told you that our planet is running a fever, and we're the ones holding the thermometer? This isn't just about melting ice caps in some far-off land. This is about our homes, our food, and our future. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll not only understand the problem, but also discover the powerful role you can play in the solution. Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most critical issues of our time: global warming. So, what is it, exactly? In simple terms, global warming is the long-term heating of Earth's climate system observed since the pre-industrial period due to human activities. Think of our planet wrapped in a cozy blanket of gases, called greenhouse gases. This blanket is essential. It traps the sun's heat and keeps Earth warm enough for us to live. But here's the catch. We've been making that blanket thicker and thicker, trapping too much heat and causing the planet's temperature to rise. This isn't a natural cycle happening on its own. The scientific consensus is overwhelming. Over 97% of climate scientists agree that the warming trends over the past century are extremely likely due to human activities. This isn't a debate, it's a diagnosis. The Earth's average temperature has already risen by about 1.2 degrees Celsius since the late 19th century, and most of that warming has happened in just the last 40 years. It might not sound like much, but for a planetary system, it's a huge deal. So, what are these human activities that are thickening the blanket? The main culprit is the burning of fossil fuels like coal, oil, and natural gas. When we drive our cars, heat our homes, and power our factories, we release massive amounts of carbon dioxide, or CO2, into the atmosphere. CO2 is the most significant long-lived greenhouse gas, acting like the main thread in our ever-thickening planetary blanket. Another major factor is deforestation. Trees are our planet's lungs. They absorb CO2 and release oxygen. But when we cut down forests for agriculture, logging, or urban development, we're not only removing these vital carbon sinks, but the burning of the wood often releases all the stored carbon back into the air. It's a double whammy. Then there's agriculture. Livestock, particularly cows, produce large amounts of methane, another potent greenhouse gas. Fertilizers used in farming release nitrous oxide. And let's not forget industrial processes and waste management, which also contributes a significant share of these heat-trapping gases. It's a complex web of activities, all part of our modern lives, that are collectively turning up the heat on our planet. The consequences of this warming are far-reaching and, frankly, pretty scary. We're already seeing them unfold around the world. One of the most visible effects is extreme weather. Heat waves are becoming more frequent and more intense, leading to public health crises and straining our power grids. At the same time, a warmer atmosphere can hold more moisture, which means when it rains, it pours. This leads to more intense rainfall, devastating floods, and stronger hurricanes that wreak havoc on coastal communities. But it's a paradox, because in other regions, the same warming leads to more severe droughts, threatening water supplies and agriculture. The polar ice caps and glaciers are melting at an alarming rate. This isn't just bad news for polar bears. It's bad news for all of us. As that ice melts, it flows into the ocean, causing sea levels to rise. Coastal cities from Miami to Jakarta are facing the real threat of being submerged. Rising sea levels also contaminate freshwater sources with salt, making them unusable for drinking or farming. And the oceans themselves are suffering. They've absorbed a lot of the extra heat and CO2, which makes the water warmer and more acidic. This process, known as ocean acidification, is devastating to marine life, particularly coral reefs. These vibrant underwater cities, which support a quarter of all marine species, are bleaching and dying off at an unprecedented rate. This is a direct threat to the food security of millions of people who depend on the oceans. It sounds bleak, I know. But here's the most important part of our conversation. It's not too late. We have the knowledge, the technology, and the capacity to tackle this crisis. The solutions are out there, and they start with a global shift away from fossil fuels and toward renewable energy. Think solar, wind, geothermal, and hydropower. These energy sources are clean, they're becoming cheaper, and they don't pump carbon into our atmosphere. Governments and corporations have a massive role to play here by investing in renewable energy infrastructure, ending subsidies for fossil fuels, and putting a price on carbon pollution to incentivize cleaner practices. Energy efficiency is another huge piece of the puzzle. It's the low-hanging fruit. By using less energy in our homes, buildings, and transportation, we can dramatically reduce our emissions. This means better insulated homes, energy-efficient appliances, and a move towards electric vehicles and robust public transportation systems. We also need to protect and restore our natural allies, the forests. Reforestation and afforestation, planting new trees, can help draw down huge amounts of CO2 from the atmosphere. Sustainable agriculture practices can also make a big difference, reducing emissions and making our food systems more resilient. So, let's recap the key points we've covered. First, global warming is real. It's happening now, and human activities, primarily the burning of fossil fuels, are the main cause. Second, the consequences are severe, from extreme weather and rising sea levels to the collapse of ecosystems. This isn't a distant problem. It affects our health, our economy, and our security today. And third, and most crucially, we have the solutions. The path forward involves a rapid transition to renewable energy, a strong focus on energy efficiency, and the protection and restoration of our natural ecosystems. The challenge is immense, but so is the opportunity. This transition can create new jobs, spur innovation, and lead to a cleaner, healthier, and more equitable world. The question isn't whether we can do it, it's whether we will. Now you might be thinking, this is all so big. What can one person, possibly do? And the answer is, a lot. Your actions, when multiplied by millions, create a powerful wave of change. Let's start with your carbon footprint. You can calculate it online to see where your biggest impacts are. Simple changes can make a huge difference. Reduce, reuse, and recycle. Opt for a reusable water bottle and coffee cup. Think about your diet. Reducing your consumption of meat, especially red meat, can significantly lower your carbon footprint. When you shop, support companies that are committed to sustainability. Look for energy-efficient appliances and try to unplug electronics when you're not using them. How you get around matters, too. If you can, walk, bike, or use public transport. If you're considering a new car, make it an electric or a hybrid one. But perhaps the most powerful thing you can do is use your voice. Talk to your friends and family about this. Share what you've learned. Let your elected officials know that you want bold climate action. Vote for leaders who take this crisis seriously. Join or support organizations working on the front lines of climate advocacy. Your voice is your superpower. Don't underestimate it. In conclusion, we are at a pivotal moment in human history. The choices we make in this decade will determine the future of our planet for centuries to come. The science is clear, the warnings are loud, and the impacts are already here. But so are the solutions. We have a roadmap to a sustainable future, one powered by clean energy, guided by efficiency, and rooted in respect for our natural world. This isn't about sacrificing our quality of life. It's about reimagining it in a way that is smarter, cleaner, and more resilient. It's about building a better world for ourselves and for the generations who will follow us. The challenge is great, but human ingenuity and our capacity for collective action are even greater. Let's not be the generation that stood by and watched our world burn. Let's be the generation that turned the tide. Thank you so much for watching and for taking the time to understand this critical issue. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with someone you know. And do UNT forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you do UNT miss our future videos where we'll explore some of these solutions in more detail. What's one change you're inspired to make after watching this? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Together, we can make a difference. See you next time.